everybody, and welcome back to my Let's Play, picking up right where we left off. So I don't know, I forget if that was my first death in that last video, but like I said, I tend to have trouble with that area. But thankfully, I only died once, which was actually a lot better than I expected. So that's all well and good. So let me see what else we have here. We have a melee weapon, but I already have one on me. And what you'll see later in the game is that you can modify the melee weapons a little bit as well, make them a little stronger and a little more kind of powerful in terms of how potent the attack is. But what you'll see is that for the most part, I'm probably not gonna focus on wasting. In my opinion, I feel like it's a little bit of a waste, because it's one thing if I'm fashioning a melee weapon that lasts significantly longer, but the melee weapons still break after a while. And there's a game that reminds me of, I think is it Condemned or something?
Test go.
I think Condemned was one of those games, was one of like the first games that I remember hearing about. I think before I got an Xbox 360. Alright, so we're moving along. So, if the melee weapons lasted significantly longer than they actually did with modification.
Doing all right.
I don't know why that indicator popped up, by the way. If they lasted longer, then I would consider it more, but like I said, they break. They break anyways, so I'd rather focus on making other things that you'll see later. Alright, so we're moving on. I don't know what's coming up next, but we'll see. It was Condemned. Now I'm thinking about Condemned here, and I played a tiny bit of the second game, but I really wanted to play the first game because I like the whole investigate. I hope I'm thinking of the right game.
After we get back, you can take it easy.
You want to take it easy.
You're the one on this going.
And you always brush me off.
Well, old this time.
Okay.
I believe it when I see it.
But in the first Condemned, I think there were parts where you can do a little investigation. You can look for clues and stuff like that, like fingerprints, different substances, something like that. It's been a while since I've seen videos of the game, and now I wanna check it out. I don't know. I kind of like stuff like that. I kind of like stuff like that, and I kind of want to see if there's other games that focus on, investigating, finding forensic evidence. Typical nerd stuff. Okay, so more items. And by the way, I didn't realize this, but I eventually did, that you can apparently run out of space in terms of picking up items, picking up raw materials like the tape, like the scissors, like the alcohol, I think, was a liquid. So there's more supplements, pills. What are they?
Look at his sleeve. Firefly.
Yep. These guys aren't doing well in or out of the city. Let's hope there's someone alive to meet us.
So a Molotov cocktail. There's a new type of weapon.
So the drop off.
I love that part right there. He lit up the Molotov cocktail and just put it right in his pocket. So I'm gonna make another one. These things come in really, really handy. So now that I have a couple Molotov cocktails, I'm in good shape. But the thing that you have to keep in mind also, and I think they mentioned it there, was that. Okay. Oh.
Quarantine zone.
See? They're not our guys.
I think that was referring to Ellie. That note. They made a mention of a girl, 5'3", the same height as me. Was it 5'3"? Jeez, she's just as tall as me. That's pretty sad. Alright, so the Molotov cocktails, making them, crafting them, uses exactly the same types of materials as the health kits, so it's a matter of being strategic. Oh boy.
Over there, see him?
Shit. God, we're almost out. Okay, Joel, you take point. I'll watch the rear. Ellie, no matter what, you stay right on his heels. Sure. You stay sharp.
I got it.
Of course. Alright, so the clickers. Clicker stealth. They can still hear you when you're crouched. Okay. So in other words, you have to be very careful when you move. Now what I like to do here is I like to use the Molotovs in this area. I think also once I get that Shiv Master skill acquired, the next thing I'm going to do is consider using the consider improving my listen mode. Maybe. We'll see how that goes. So I'm going to use the Molotov here. I'm going to wait for one to come here. Because if you use the Molotov and you hit one of the enemies, some of the other enemies will come to the same area. And if they stand over the area soon enough, they also get burned out. So you get some additional kills as well. So I'm just going to wait for this clicker here. There's too many clickers to take them on at once. And it might not be obvious now, but there's other enemies in the area which will give away my position, so I don't really want to risk it. So let me just get this guy. See if others will come. Okay, good. Alright. So that's 3 enemies down, which is great. Okay, this guy, he didn't get burned. I was hoping he would, so I'm gonna have to use my other Molotov. I mean, it could, if I was really careful enough, I could have maybe snuck up on him using that stealth tip that they suggested before this. But I really didn't want to take any chances, especially because, like I said before, right now I don't have enough supplement pills to get that Shiv Master, to have that Shiv Master skill, so I really don't want to risk anything. So this is a very dark area, but I'm keeping my flashlight off because I think there are some other enemies, some runners that can see me. Alright, so I'm gonna carefully pick my way around, see where the other enemies are. I'm gonna try to kill all of them. But if there's an enemy that I can sneak around, of course I'll do that. So, I do apologize for it being quite dark. You can still kind of make out what's going on though, but it's definitely strategic what I'm doing here. Alright. And the thing about this area also is that there's quite a few items in this area as well, so I definitely wanna, that's the main reason why I want to try to clear this out as best as I can. So there's another enemy there. And now I'm out of Molotov cocktails, so I have to be extra careful now. Let me see. Where is he? Okay, over there. Okay, now that is a clicker. So, one thing that I do like, I kind of actually like the clicker sound. It's kind of a weird little sound, and it actually reminds me of The Grudge. That sound that the girl that girl makes. It's kind of weird. It's a little strange. So, yeah, this clicker makes me very, very nervous. So I think I'm gonna try to take him out. So I don't want him coming after me while I'm trying to pick up items. So let's just get rid of him. I'm not sure if a headshot will kill him automatically. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's a him, if it's a he or she. I just tend to generalize. Where are you going? And that's where I want to go too. So yeah, you're gonna have to go. So I was just thinking the other day, I remember having some past experiences, you know, just completely random, where I think I've become so antisocial because of a lot of things, like with food and stuff like that. Like I go out and I buy some food, or I buy, you know, I buy something at the supermarket, whether it's expensive or not, whether it's mainly if it's something that I really like. I hate sharing. I do. And I know I'm not the only one. And it's just like, you know, especially when I go out of my way. I went to the supermarket, I went to pick it up, and now somebody's like looking at it because they want it. God, I hate. And you know, when you're eating and all of a sudden somebody, I hate when I'm at work, right, or wherever it doesn't matter. I hate when I'm someplace and I'm eating something that I liked, you know, I bought it, I wanted it, and it's finally time. I've been craving this snack or whatever, and then someone comes in. Oh wow, that looks really good, and I'm just like, see, I have to stop myself from rolling my eyes. I have a very bad habit of like rolling my eyes, and it's just, oh, that looks really good. I'm like, you want one? I say it just like that because I don't want to give it to you. Like, you know, first of all, you go buy it yourself, okay? Buy it yourself. I paid $5 for this, and I went out of my way to pick it up myself. Okay, this guy has to go. Yikes. Miss. Oh god. Oh god. Die. Jeez, there's another one. Tess, you wanna help out a little bit? Oh, Christ. Okay. Spazzing out. Jesus. Wasn't obvious to me that there was a second one. Okay, but I'm good. Alright, that might have been the last of the clickers. There might be a runner around here somewhere, but I'm not worried about those. So, anyway, like, people are like, that looks delicious. I hate when people say that. Like, that is just like, oh my god. See, for example, if I happen to walk, first of all, like, you're bothering me during my lunchtime. I hate when people do that. You know, you're at work all day, you're working all morning, and you're working all afternoon. I have 1 hour for lunch, which is generous, I have to say. Oh, hi. So, hi there, runner. Okay, so here's one of the saves that I was talking about in one of my previous videos, and you need a combination for it. So usually a combination is on a file that you have to find somewhere. And the file's actually in this area, in an area in here. This is a pretty big area, so I'm gonna try to look for it, see if I can find it. But I really can't stand that, you know, when people bother you during your lunch. And most of the time, especially when the weather's cold or when the weather's not favorable, I eat my lunch in my office, so I just kind of tend to be there. So it's like, so I'm sitting there and I have my hour lunch, and then somebody wants to come in. Oh, I need to talk to you about something. It'll only take 5 minutes. The people that always say it's only going to take 5 minutes take 20 minutes of your time. And I'm just like, I'm sitting there, my food is getting cold, and just so annoying. So there's that aspect, actually being interrupted during lunch. And then the other aspect is people staring at your food, and not just staring at your food because they want some of your food, but staring at your food and discussing it with you. Like, that is so awkward to me. One thing, it might just be a quirk of mine, but one thing I don't like, and it might just be how I grew up, is I really don't like when people comment on what I'm eating or how I'm eating it. Oh, you're eating that. Oh, you're eating this. I'm just like, oh my god. That's why I don't eat in a lunchroom. I don't know, it's just weird. It's like this weird social anxiety thing of mine that I just don't like when people comment on my food. I really don't. So there's the combination that I put my stuff in there, 343.78. So once you pick that up, Joel can automatically go and open the safe. Otherwise, he'll just say, I don't have the combination. So I'm going to try as best as I can. There's multiple safes throughout the game. I'm going to try to see as best as I can if I could find the combinations to most of the saves. I might not be 100% on that, though, but we'll see. So let's keep going. So I'm gonna pick my way back to the safe, wherever it is and open it, and then basically the next goal is to try to get out of this area. Alright, so where on earth is this safe? There's a few goodies around here though. Okay. Got my flashlight working finally. I don't know, it comes and it goes. I remember and then I forget what button is what. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I have the combination. So what's in here? Oh, sweet. Okay. By the way, I edited out about like 10 minutes of me running around because I had no idea where to go. To be honest, I was just kind of running around in a big circle. And the game mercifully showed me. It finally gave me a hint after I was running around for a little while as to where to go. I did not see this ladder. I really did not see this ladder. But thankfully the game picked up on that. So we can finally move on to this next area.
Holy shit. We actually made it.
Everyone okay?
Yes. Let's move.
Alright.
You guys are pretty good at this stuff.
It's called luck. And it is gonna run out.
Joel being the party pooper as always. But anyway, going back to this whole sharing food business, I'll share a story with you guys. There was one time I was just hanging out.
Capitol building's in this direction.
What is going on? There it is. One time where I was just kind of hanging out, and I don't use names in these stories.
Truck. Let's see what we can find.
But I was actually hanging out, and I was actually driving a little bit, just kind of practicing a little driving. This was a few years ago, and I remember, there's more infected in there. I remember I was driving, and there was one moment where everybody else was having snacks but me. But I didn't mind. I'm not the kind of person that is gonna watch people eat. So finally we pulled over, and I got a bit of a break. So somebody had bought a snack for me, which was nice, and it was Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Meanwhile, everybody else had already eaten whatever snack they were gonna eat. There was somebody sitting next to me in the passenger seat and was eating pretzels in my face, and it was ridiculous. But then that person actually had the nerve to then, as soon as I get my Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, which is like the best candy in the world, they're like, "Oh, I love Reese's Peanut Butter Cup." And I'm just like, really? Are you serious? I'm like, you just sat there and ate a whole bag of pretzels in my face, and you actually have the nerve. I didn't realize this other infected person was here. And you actually have the nerve to sit there and say, "Oh, I love Reese's Peanut Butter Cups," with the full intention of hoping that I'm going to offer you. So I offered, because I'm not a rude person. I said, "Do you want one?" But I asked it in a very annoyed way.
More in the area. We gotta go.
I asked it in a very annoyed way. And they said, oh yeah, I'll have one. So now I'm down to one peanut butter cup, and I'm livid at this point. I mean, Jesus Christ. But like I said, I think the thing that really annoys me more is when people like comment on my food, because I tend to be somewhat of a self-conscious person. So it's just like, and though I've gotten a little better about this over the years. I didn't eat the most healthy stuff up until a few years ago. I became more cognizant of things, so I wasn't exactly eating the most healthy stuff, but I was aware that I wasn't. And so people always like, people love to, I don't know if it's about bursting your bubble, or if it's about, they're trying to be helpful, they're trying to help me out, they're trying to say this and that. This is what this is about. I'm like, I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm eating, I know it's not healthy. Can you just let me freaking enjoy it? Jesus Christ. Did you know that this has this in it? I'm like, oh gee, no, I'm staring right at the nutrition label. Of course I know what's in it. You think I care? God. Okay. Anyway. So thankfully there's some daylight, which is kind of nice. And we're going over here.
Cut through here.
Yeah, that worked out great.
So let's see what this place entails. So I think that's enough That's enough complaining about food-related things. Uh-oh.
They're coming.
Oh god.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Go.
Okay, time to move.
You got something on your shoe.
Ew. Okay, I think we're safe for now, so
Okay, how do we get out of this place?
what am I doing? Oh, awesome. Okay, so this...
Looks like a good spot.
Well, that's what she believes.
This is one of those workbenches that I was talking about.
Yeah. I think I was in the military.
So you see here, I can choose to do different things, and so it's not just a matter of having those different parts, so that's symbolized by the gear, so I have 63 currently, but it's also a different level of craftsmanship, or a different level of, I don't know what you call it, but
Were you with Marlene?
you have to build up your
No.
upgrading skills over time.
For help afterwards.
Knowing
So it's not just a matter of you can upgrade them all at once. You have to kind of upgrade them throughout the game. I guess that's the game's way of capping you at particular levels, which is pretty interesting. Like I said, it does remind me of Resident Evil 4, and Resident Evil 4 did that too. Like, there were particular upgrades that you could not get unless you just progressed through the game. And that doesn't really apply if you've already beaten the game and you're playing a new round, but the first time through, that's what you're faced with. And I have to tell you, like I said, when I tried professional mode the very first time, the only thing that saved me in Resident Evil 4 was putting Ashley in the armor, because if I didn't, I think I would never have made it through professional. Because at least if you put her in armor, you don't have to worry about her getting injured at all. You don't have to worry about her getting injured, and you don't have to worry about her being carried out of the room. Both of those things can cause you to get a game over. Well, if she's injured, she might survive, but you get the point. If she gets killed, that is. So, what else do we have here? I'm gonna keep checking every once in a while, so every time I pick up something, you're gonna see me do that just to see if I can craft anything. And like I said, I'm gonna try to be as strategic as possible. So I was just making sure that this door led back to where I originally was, and it does. So just gonna move on from here. And what on earth is this place? I really don't know. I guess I can go up here though.
Shit. Sorry, that was me.
Tess.
Sorry.
Come on, stay close to me.
I just can't get over how cold he is. He mainly talks to Tess. He will talk to Ellie very once in a while, very harshly though. But he's like, Tess, come on, we shouldn't be doing this. Tess, this. So I find that kind of cold on his part. This is a kid. Oh my god. Whoops. Definitely very interesting. Alright, I don't know, this looks like a museum of some sort. Just looking at all the displays that, even though they're broken, just looks like some kind of thing like that.
It's an old museum.
Oh!
Some of these things are
Alright. This reminds me of that part in Demolition Man where they actually had live... Well, I was kind of hoping that they had live ammo somewhere, but... Like they did in the movie, they actually had live weapons, but sadly that's not the case here.
Hurry, go.
Oh, crap.
I'm alive. I'll make my way around.
Look, they're here.
Tess?
Run.
Great. Enemies in the area. But we'll continue this in the next video. Later.